because you have kids raising kids. And I don't mean that again in the hard age. I'm not talking about just a teenage mother, or I'm talking about someone that waited until 40 to have a kid, because at 40 you have all of your education, you've climbed the corporate ladder, you have the house, you have the car, but guess what? At 40 you still don't have any sense. You still have no emotional intelligence. You have no compassion. You have no understanding. You have no sense of help for self. You still feel very helpless and hopeless within yourself. You have no sense of help and hope for other people, but you think just because you have it all on the outside, then that elects you to be a parent. And guess what? You're a 4-year-old raising a 4-year-old.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the clip, fam. We need to talk about this for sure. For sure. I thought about it because I hear adults who never had kids, right? And it's got to be a perfect situation for them to have kids and get in a relationship and get married one day when they're going to do it eventually. You know, somehow it's going to magically happen. They 30, they 35, they 40, they 45. And then when I get ready and get started, and it's like, yeah, you past half dead, dog. It might not, I don't know what to tell you. But this immaturity is something that I've seen, and I couldn't quite put words to it until I got inspired by this video. And what I mean is, a lot of y'all, just because you grown in age don't mean you grown in mind. A lot of you shouldn't be parents because you're too selfish and too childish. There are a lot of you adults, like she was talking about the ladies, I went to school, I got my job, I got my education, and then I want to have a baby and then settle down and have a family. And you see this time and time again, you see these women are too selfish to be with anybody. And guess what? If they become a mother, they're too selfish to be a mother. Because they spent their whole life, wanting to do them. Just wanting to, this is what I'm doing, this is who I am, this is me, I ain't doing nothing else, it's all about me. And the baby come into the picture, and it's like, I got postpartum depression, that's why I'm acting out on this baby. No, you got, postpartum selfishness. You realize nobody's going to take your excuses for being selfish because you had a baby. So now you're losing your mind. That's what's going on, Sometimes same thing with some of the fellas. It's like, when I get married and have family and have kids, it's like, bro, you talking it, but you ain't even trying to take the first step. You're not even trying to take the first step. Would you rather be with Carla or Call of Duty? Just saying. Melissa or Madden? A stripper named Touche or 2K? Which do you want? 9 times out of 10, y'all choosing the games, man. So, as a parent, you might have to put down the video games. My God, did he say that? Yes, there's no more Master Chief for you, buddy. Can't be on the game all night long. You got stuff to do. You got a family, fam. Sorry. Your hobby's gonna have to have a time slot. You can only have a hobby for so long. Just so long. So a lot of this stuff, y'all gotta stop tripping, right? But this idea that I'm 30, I'm 25, I'm 30, I'm 35, I'm 40, I'm grown. You a certain amount of years old, but that, your mentality may not be that grown. And you see it over and over again. Grown kids having kids, and it looks worse. When you're a teenage parent, maybe even a young adult being a parent, people tell you grown, you're a parent. It's like, hey, you need to tighten up. Yeah, we know you're young and all, but them young mistakes got to stop fast. So, but people give people a little leeway because they're like, yeah, they're young and stupid. But when you 30 and stupid, when you 40 and stupid, you 50 and stupid, no, that's just a whole nother level of stupid. It's like, People are going to make the assumption you can't be this dumb. You can't be this selfish. You can't be this egotistical. You can't be such a horrible person that you don't get that the kid come first. But guess what? Y'all don't get that. You know, y'all talked about the thing with Ebony K. Williams talking about, you know, getting the eggs frozen in the vitro, and then, you know, ladies, you know, I can go get my, you know, I can, let me see how I can say this. I could get the sperm bank to shoot up the club and finally have a baby, right? And it's like, not necessarily, but fine, whatever. You want to do that. Some of y'all do that, and then y'all realize something. Y'all went down the feminist, strong, independent, I don't need no man point to the point that you paid to be a single mother so you can have control. You paid, you know, to be by yourself. What does that tell you about you? That means you can't get along with another person. And guess what? 50-50 chance you might of you getting along with the kid. 50-50 chance. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. You know, so that's a whole nother thing. Then you see this whole thing where you see adults, parents who aren't really parents, they're friends. You're not supposed to be your kid's friend. When your kid grown and they're a responsible adult, a productive member of society, you can be their friend. But when they're not grown, you're not supposed to be their friend. They don't need a friend, they need a parent. And what you need to stop doing is grow up and be a parent and stop trying to be a friend because you don't want to be a parent, because it's too much work for you, because you just want to be a child still. So this happens far too often, far too much, you know. So then we got to go, you know, down this rabbit hole of something else that's involved in this. You know, they used to say back in the day, you know, parenting doesn't have a handbook. In the day, yeah, but it do now. You know, it does now. But at the same time, I will say parents in this era, we'll say the last roughly 20 years, let's just go with that, get less help from extended family than other times than when I was younger. I will say that. So now you really have less room for dysfunction and dumb parenting because you don't have as much help. And the problem with that is it's basically just you giving people free reign to be a dumb parent. You know, and people are running with it. And then they double down and you can't tell me how to raise my child. It's my child, it's my baby. Can't nobody tell me what to do. And can't nobody tell the baby what to do. And then they put you and the baby out on the curve of society. And then you're like, I don't understand what's going on. Because you're dumb. Because your childish, immature way of thinking doesn't work in real life and in society. But your problem is you felt like it should work for you. You felt like you can do what do you call that? A Disney Hollywood style of dysfunctional parenting, and somehow, you know, at the end it'll all work out. And it doesn't. You know, train a child the way you want them to go, and you want to train them to be crazy like you. And then people go, but you know, how did this kid get here? I don't know. How you don't know? You been there the whole time? Oh, you wanted them. You wanted them. You wanted to have a baby. You didn't want to be a parent. Okay. So when your baby became more than a baby, you just checked out. And now we're stuck with, you know, the remnants of the rest of your bad decision. But that's just my point of view. You know, y'all tell me what you think about it. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.